There's been a lot of really amazing food in my life since I got back to Kuala Lumpur this time, and that trend is continuing this morning. It's a Wednesday morning, just after 10:30 in fact, but I'm meeting up with Daryl from WanderEats, and he's got a video project on the go right now where he's going to be featuring a lamb pot restaurant. I've got the Google Maps listing in front of me here. It is called the Fang Yang Kut Tay and Lamb Pot. And Daryl wanted to go check this place out, have some food there, feature it in a WanderEats video, and apparently he has some kind of a special backstage pass. So I think we're going to be going back into the kitchen, looking at their food preparation process, get all the secrets of how they make their lamb pot as good as it is. And Daryl sent out a message and said, hey, Doug, come along. So yeah, I'm on my way. Daryl's going to come here in a minute to pick me up, and we're going to have a wonderful brunch at this lamb pot place. Speak of the Daryl, and he appears right on time.
Hey, you!
And look at that shirt, orange shirt. Look at that! Oh my gosh! Got to get a close-up. WanderEats labeling. Wow.
What's this? Filming crew.
Yeah. Starting to feel inadequate over here in the Daryl mobile. I've got my GoPro Hero 9. To me, that's state-of-the-art technology, but look at these dudes. Yeah. Good grief. That's old school.
Yeah,
you need
the
actress, yeah, you need that many people, lights,
yeah,
grips, boom operators, they got a big dolly there that needs someone to push that back and forth.
Holy moly.
We do all of that, one person operation.
One person. They have equipment here opposite as well.
Oh
my god.
Yeah, can you imagine?
My goodness, that's a huge setup.
And you have to wonder, like, how much of it actually is necessary to get that shot.
Look at that camera.
Yeah.
Must be a red magic.
That's what you call a gimbal. Now, what do they call the things when you wear the gimbal, like the camera operators for Hollywood? I always forget the name of that thing. It has a special name. So as I said, Daryl picked out this restaurant behind us, the Yang Kut Tay.
Yeah, Bafang Yang Kut. Bafang Yang Kut, yes.
Bafang Yang Kut Tay.
Yep.
And he has a video project set up to go in there, try the food. And I was saying you have backstage access, maybe?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I did ask for it. They said, okay, the thumbs up, but let's see what they allow us to do later.
So why this place? How do you know them? Do you have a history with them?
No, not at all. Because I told you I frequent this Thai restaurant, cafe here.
Okay.
So they're quite new. So this is the first time I saw it. I think it was here last week. I was thinking, hey, this is interesting. So I thought of reaching out to them and see whether I can do a little bit of recording and feature them. So it's a new place. So yeah. And I did see a Muslim worker inside, which to me is kind of unique because bak kut teh is usually associated with pork.
Oh, right? I see.
Definitely mostly non-halal. So, but if it's pork-free, I thought it would be something cool. Yeah.
So Yang Kut Tay, is that a
lamb?
Lamb.
Yeah.
Translates as case, lamb.
Yeah, lamb.
It's a Malay word. Yang Kut Tay.
No, I'm not
Chinese?
sure on that. I'm not sure on that.
Okay. I don't think I have any more questions for the food expert. We'll see.
Yeah, but you can definitely smell the lamb, so I'm quite excited.
Yeah,
lamb.
we were parking, and he rolled down the window to talk to someone about parking, and the aroma of lamb came wafting into the car, and I was like, hey, I'm hungry. So yeah, looking forward to it.
The only thing I worry about is that it might, hopefully it's not too overpowering. Yeah, so let's see how they do it, but yeah.
No, I'm sure it'll be great. All right, so in we go for some lamb pot. So is that like that dish, is it in a bowl, like a clay pot?
It's in a clay pot, yes, correct. Yeah.
But do they have...
actually they have two separate dishes. One is the yang kuteh and the other one is the lamb pot. So we'll see whether we can order both or...
okay, so that's different.
Yeah, it's different. Probably different flavors as well. I'm not sure, so I've not been here before.
Okay.
But from the menu, it seems like it's two different things.
All right. Thank you, Daryl. WanderEats. Right. he has merch now that I was talking about. We've got the WanderEats shirt.
Yeah. I first wore it in Vietnam. A few weeks ago.
Pretty sweet. All right. I'm just shooting a bit of casual Planet Doug style video, of course. This is Daryl's video project. And there he is getting his B-roll using a Pocket 3 camera. Yeah, it does look like a new place. The building, clearly, it's an old, classic Kuala Lumpur building, but the signage and the facade, that all looks quite new. Yeah, it's interesting. The building, when you look along it, it's got the colors, white, blue, orange, white, brown, gray. So it looks like this corner was green all the time, and then maybe they chose the green decor to match the color of the building before it already. It's kind of cool. It's a good color. I like that green. It's very vibrant. Daryl is getting all set up. His camera gear. It's interesting, we passed by that professional video shoot, the movie shoot, and they have how many people? 30 people,
Heaven knows, man.
Truckloads of gear, and Daryl's entire operation fits into one small sling bag right there. So that's very cool. And yeah, Daryl was just going over the menu.
Okay.
7 to 8 hours of slow cooking. Tender lamb imported from New Zealand, high quality lamb bones. So that's their signature yang kuteh.
So what's the specialty?
Yeah, this is our signature yang kuteh. It's a little bit like bak kuteh.
Okay.
With a little bit of herbal smell.
Okay.
But it's more like
I was just going over the menu, but then Daryl was placing our order. Very interesting. The server offered to take us through the whole menu and tell us about all of the things that they serve here. And did you learn anything that you didn't know?
I didn't know that this was actually all the ingredients that came with it. I thought it was add-ons.
Oh, I see. So these are the things that go into the pot.
Except for this, she said.
I
So
see.
everything else is inside this pot, including the sticky mushrooms.
But you could order these separately if you wanted
If you
to.
want to add further, yes.
But these are the ingredients that make up yang kuteh. Ah, okay. Anything else jump out at you from what she said?
No. She did say that, of course, it's herbally, and then you have the what's that? The essence of the lamb in the broth. So yeah, that's all she shared. But I sort of knew that as well. So again, my curiosity is how do they balance the lamb with the traditional herbalness of bak kuteh. So because all my life I only had it with pork, right?
Oh, I see. Huh, okay. And then you ordered a couple of other things.
Yeah, I ordered this.
Which is beef aspic hot and sour red oil
So
sauce.
one beef,
Okay.
this one, and veg.
Ah, nice. Okay. And then I got a oolong tea, fragrant oolong tea.
Thank you.
Nice.
And they serve with this sauce.
There's a lot of activity around our table. A lot going on here. And this is the interior of the place. Very nice. Very open. It's open air. I always like places that are open air. Like Yut Ki has that feeling like you're outside. A lot of fans running.
Okay, I might need to...
A couple of other interesting things in the menu. The dessert cherry tomatoes with sour plums. This is not something designed to, like, it's not something I would order. And even this is a little bit, it would be a little bit challenging for me to enjoy. Pretty complicated looking dessert there. And then they have a kids meal. That's fun. Mac and cheese, fresh fruit nuggets, Yakult. And then that's it. Fang Yakult. Backstage pass. We're going through the curtains. And Daryl's getting a close look at the cooking process. I'll leave Daryl out there to get all his questions answered about the food preparation. Oh, so any surprises there?
Oh, she was just showing me how they prepare it, that's all. That was fun. Oh, I love the smell inside.
So is that the Yakult?
Yeah, correct. Okay. One of the key things I mentioned earlier was I was afraid that it might be too overpowering, but let's give it the soup a try at least. The beef is here. Cheers. Thank you. Why is the rice so unique?
The yellow color is Xiaomi.
Oh, Xiaomi. Wow, look at that. That's nice.
I didn't even notice the yellow at first, but there's little bits of yellow in there.
Yeah. Okay.
See what this tastes like. You found out about that sauce. What is it exactly? It's like a
fermented tofu.
Fermented tofu. It's definitely got a fermented kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, DaVinci.
Thank you. Just put it aside first. This is the beef. Right. It's spicy. Veg. I think we still have one more, right? Or no more already? Okay, good. So then I'll do that.
And the dumpling.
Oh yeah, okay. Then I'll wait for the dumpling.
Oh, dumplings.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to do a pan.
Right.
But this is the star of the show, right? So.
Yeah.
Do you mind?
Yep.
Stay away to do this.
Boy, you're brave. You're a brave soul. Try again. I'm just taking a few shots.
Yeah, can you put me on the left hand side? So I can put on the side?
Well, I have it that way.
Ah, okay.
Technically, you're on the right.
Oh yeah, sorry, you're right, yeah.
Yeah. To have all the one more. All right.
Okay, thanks.
These downward fans and my hair. It lasted like 2 seconds.
Yep.
I really wish there was a wider selfie lens. Okay, another one.
Ah, it's here.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Oh, look at that. The lamb dumpling. Crispy dumpling. Okay. It's for the dumpling, eh?
Yeah.
Oh. So So the sauce for the dumpling right there. All of our order has arrived. And yoma, beef slice, there, and lamb dumpling. Alright, up. So let's try the beef. Slice each.
It's a lot of spicing on top. Peanuts.
Oh, you can see the gelatin. Too spicy?
No.
Okay, cool.
No, I was just surprised that it was cold.
Oh, okay.
It's actually served cold. Very tender. A lot of spicing going on. Like not hot spicing, but just a lot of flavor. And the peanut, it's really good. Oh. Okay. So there's beef, but it's surrounded by, it's sort of embedded in a gelatin.
Yeah.
I see. I didn't notice that at first.
Wow, so good. So mushrooms. Okay, some soup. Let's crack this open.
Do you want to add some soup?
Oh yeah, please, thank you. So there's the refill in the soup, which is awesome. Beautiful, 6 portions. Oh, thank you. Soup refill. Thank you so much.
Oh, sure. I know.
Try the dumplings.
Thank you.
Prefer?
Okay.
The lamb dumpling.
Mid-meal or end-of-meal update here. I've been working my way through all of this food. Hasn't filmed a lot. Actually, my GoPro overheated and shut down. So I said, I'll just leave you alone, let you recover. But now that we're getting towards the end of the meal, just to recap, I'm still working my way through the dumplings. These are really nice. When I saw the picture on the menu, I didn't realize they were dumplings.
Okay.
Because I only saw the top part.
Yeah, correct.
But when you flip it over, it's like, it's all dumplings underneath. We finished off the star of the show, the yang kute. And then they brought out one of the other dishes that they serve, the bones themselves. And the unique thing about them is that it gets served with a straw. And I was wondering what the straw was for, but you actually use the straw to drink the bone marrow from inside. I've never seen that before. And they brought out one of their signature desserts, which I haven't tried yet, but Daryl's been working his way through it. No? So you had one of the bone things now.
Yeah.
Had you done that before? Like drinking the bone marrow? Yeah?
Long time ago. No, usually the previous, only one time I had it, but they cut the whole bone in half. So you have the layer on top and you scoop it up with a, if I'm not mistaken, it was like a toast.
Okay.
Yeah. But that was a humongous size, obviously. These are smaller. Yeah.
So what's the flavor and the texture of that?
Very lammy, gamey, and but it has this, how do I say, it's not oily, but it's more profound taste of the lamb, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And the dessert?
Yeah, it's a Sichuan ice dessert.
Sichuan ice dessert?
Yeah, I was just looking up
Okay.
the menu, and I didn't know what to expect, but it's actually very refreshing.
Yeah.
Super refreshing. And a lot of peanut.
Right, which I love. So you've got raisins as well. Are those raisins?
No, I believe those are red dates, red bean.
Oh, red beans. Okay. Watermelon,
Yeah.
peanuts, and then a lot of this gelatin ice.
You're right. There are raisins as well.
Okay. So, yeah. Daryl's been pushing a lot of the plates across the table. He's trying to fill me up, and so I'm still working my way through the main course. He's on to dessert, so I better hurry and catch up with him. But yeah, I'm a very slow eater anyway. That's yeah. I always end up chatting about this, that, and the other, and I forget that the food is there. But all right, getting down to the end, and I'm going to try one of these. The bone things here, and it's got a whole caveman flavor going on. I mean, it's one thing when you've got the lamb nicely sliced in a broth, and now when they bring out the bones, it's sort of like, oh yeah, Doug caveman.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do the bone marrow first because it's just going to spill out or something. I don't know how the bone marrow is still in there, but this is a brand new experience.
You try to, how do I say, mash it up a bit with the straw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mash it up a bit, then you can suck it up. Mine's all gone.
Is there any sense that it's good for your health or something? Is there some sort of mystique around bone marrow?
Not that I know of.
It does, like in our body, like bone marrow, does it, trying to think of my high school biology here. That is where white blood cells are produced. Is it in the bone marrow, or
Yeah, I believe so.
it makes something very important to us? And if we didn't have it,
But this is another animals, right?
yeah, similar biology. I know bone marrow is very important for either the immune system, like white blood cells, red blood cells, something. Anyway.
So what do you think of it?
Yeah, I mean it's got the lamb broth in it, so that's what I'm tasting. But there is something a bit tangier in there, something.
It's like tangy.
But it's more of a visceral sort of feeling to be sucking out of somebody's bones. It's like, okay, all right, Hannibal Lecter, calm down, that sort of thing. It's like it's got a weird feeling about it. So, but yeah. One more. That has your name on it.
No, it has your name on it, not mine. I'm so full. There's not much meat anyways.
This has a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a lot. More than was in there.
Really?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Okay. I'm enjoying the soup.
There's enough protein here for editing 5 Vietnam videos. Dessert time. It's still ice cold. So we've got, let's just try the flavor of this. I guess we've got watermelon here.
Quite refreshing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I saw the menu is Sichuan. My brain is spicy, so it's like that's pretty good.
It's one of those desserts that would make sense to people from my homeland of Canada. It's like, really? What is that exactly? But when you get used to these, like, what's the main one they always have? The shaved ice and the...
Ice kacang,
yeah.
Hong Soi?
The one that everybody... I can't think of the name right now.
Ice kacang.
Okay. I've learned to really like them.
Or chendol.
Yeah, chendol. That's what I'm trying to think of. Chendol. And yeah, I love chendol now, but it takes a while to get adjusted to it. But this style of dessert, very refreshing. Jumped ahead in time once again. Same day, same shirt, but after lunch. No, it's not pointing at you, Daryl. Camera's pointing at me. Okay. And yeah, lunch was really great. That was an experience. Wow, what a meal we ended up having, because Daryl, he started off ordering a big selection of items: the dumpling, the beef, the lamb. Yeah, it was a lot. And then the owners of the restaurant, they're relatively new, and so they were treating us very well. And then they brought out a couple of other dishes for us, complimentary. The dessert was complimentary. The lamb bones that was a complimentary dish as well. So it ended up being quite a feast. And towards the end, yeah, I didn't shoot any video at the end of the meal and saying goodbye to them or anything like that. So we jumped ahead in time and hopped in Daryl's car, and then he's brought us here. I'm not quite sure where we are in the city, to be honest. Hawker Hall, and we're going to have a cup of coffee here. Inside Hawker Coffee, we've got dueling cameras going on. GoPro versus DJI Action 4. And yeah, I went for an iced coffee this time. And it's got some layers, so look at that. Thick on the bottom, then white, and then, so I got to stir that up. And you went for a basic iced coffee there.
Black.
And I'm doing a little bit of an audio experiment where I have this fuzzy beast aimed at Daryl's head.
Yeah.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
See how that works.
1, 2, 3. Welcome to Duck Airlines. We are flying at 20,000 feet. Heading to Dalat.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So you're recording from your mind and this?
Yeah, so I'm being recorded. I have a lavalier mic into a Rode microphone transmitter, which is in my pocket.
Damn.
And then the second Rode transmitter connected to the Boya, which is a shotgun mic, which in theory will work. How well it will work, I have no idea.
So it's right now pointed right at me.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. Okay. Cool.
But I find this Boya does not work at a distance. It works well right up against your mouth.
I see, I see.
So even a foot and a half away, it's not that great. But we'll see. Just curious.
So okay, let's do a little test. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. He will hear it when he's editing. But there's a lot of gula melaka below.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it all up. It's a lot. I came up with a new idea for Planet Doug. Maybe you can be my first guinea pig. I call it the 5-question challenge. 5 snack challenge, 5 question challenge.
I got it.
And the pressure is all on you though, because we've known each other for a few years.
Yeah.
You know a lot about me, but can you think of 5 things you don't know about me? Can you come up with 5 questions? They can be just like trivial little things, anything at all. 5 questions, ask me things you don't know about me that maybe even other people would be interested in.
I did ask you something recently that I didn't know about your expat life in Taiwan.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you can ask that question all over again if you want.
Okay, so one thing I know in Taiwan, right, that you rented a place and you stay there for quite some time. Maybe even perhaps the entire tenure?
Just about, yeah.
Yeah. So, but what I'm not sure of, which becomes a question in the sense that did you share this place with other people, or were you just all on your own?
There was two time periods.
Oh.
Technically on my own, but it was a hostel, like a classic backpacker hostel. They had rooms as tiny as this table. I mean, just little. They were like pretty much like capsule rooms stacked on top of each other. And that's where I lived for a long, long time. And I liked it there. Crazy place, full of backpackers of all varieties, some crazy people, all kinds of different countries, nationalities. So I lived there for a long time in the hostel. But then one time I came back to Taiwan, I went back to the hostel and it was full.
Okay.
But then the owners of the hostel says, we have a room on the roof.
Yeah, penthouse, right?
The penthouse, but it had a separate bathroom. And they said you could rent that. And then I lived there for years and years and years and years. So basically it was part of the hostel, but a separate room on the roof. And I called it a rooftop paradise. And I remember one time, I was so happy up there. I loved that little place so much. I was kind of proud of it. And I posted pictures of it online, like some sort of English teachers forum. I said, hey, this is where I'm living. And I got all these comments like, how can you live in that horrible place? Just everybody making fun of me and the place I'm living. Everybody thought it was horrible. And I thought, I guess nobody likes my rooftop paradise. But yeah, but that was it, yeah.
He came with his own bathroom and all.
His own bathroom. It was on the rooftop. In Taiwan, in Taipei, there's a lot of these 6-story buildings. They're all 6 stories. And then they would build an illegal 7th floor. They just put a little room up there. Technically, they don't have the permits to do it. But yeah. So actually, I had to walk through my landlord's apartment. I had to walk up 6 flights of stairs. Well, 12 sets, right? 2, 2, 2, 2 every day. I had to walk all the way up to the roof. And then I had to go through a door into my landlord's apartment, through their balcony, another stairs, going up to the top floor, and then I had another door. So it was completely separate, but yeah, a very unusual place.
Wow. And that one you did not share with anyone at all?
No.
But basically you have the full privacy to yourself then?
Yeah.
Not like a hostel environment anymore.
Right. Yeah, on my way, when I climbed up the 6 floors, I passed by the door into the hostel. So there was a door there, that's where the hostel is. I still had a key to the hostel, so technically I went in there all the time. I would just hang out, chat with people in the living area, whatnot, and then I would say goodbye and go up to my room up on the roof. Question 1.
All right. I know you're quite a traveler since after uni days. Have you traveled with your brother overseas before?
No. No, not at all. I've never really, since I became sort of a full-time overseas kind of person, I've never traveled with anybody that I can think of. I've always gone everywhere by myself for the most part. Well, okay, well. Going to a coffee shop doesn't count.
No, we went to Dalat.
Oh, that is true. We did go to Dalat together. That is true.
Short trip. We didn't fly anywhere together, so
no.
That doesn't really count.
But my family, they're not great travelers. My brother, he went to the Netherlands one time, because my family originates from Holland, from the Netherlands, and he was part of a male chorus, a singing group, and they had a tour in the Netherlands, and he went. So he went there, but I think that's the only time he's been outside of Canada, I think. But never traveled anywhere with my brother. Never with my like parents who've never gone anywhere.
But you guys travel within Canada?
Camping trips.
Yeah, camping trips.
Yeah, provincial campgrounds, things like that. But yeah, never flew. Back in those days, nobody could afford to fly anywhere. It was a whole different world from today.
Yeah, totally.
So, no. Yeah, most of my trips have been by myself.
Leads me nicely to the third question. Your brother have children, right?
Yeah.
Have they met you before?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't see a lot of them. Yeah, my brother has 5 kids.
Wow.
And
yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, 5 of them. 1 daughter, 4 sons. They're all really, really, really tall.
Okay.
Yeah, my brother's like 6'3", 6'3 and a half, and all of his sons are taller than he is. I believe all 4 of them. They're huge. And
runs in the family.
Yeah, And I've met them. I knew them more when they were kids.
Yeah.
But now they're all in their 20s. They've all grown up. They're all living their own lives, and I don't have a lot of contact with them.
So from the eldest to the youngest, they all at least seen you once.
Oh yeah, yeah. They've all met me from time to time. When I've flown into Canada, flown out again, I've met them. But yeah.
Interesting.
Is that question 3?
Oh yeah. I'm always curious about that. All right. Next question is, out of Canada, which was the most expensive flight ticket that you purchased?
Oh,
Not going back to Canada.
right.
So heading out of Canada, which was the destination that was most costly?
Off the top of my head, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it was my very first flight to Korea. And when I flew to Korea to start teaching English there.
I see.
And I bought a round trip flight because that's what you did back in those days. A round trip flight was actually cheaper than a one-way, just because of the way airlines work.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah, it's technically still the same.
yeah. So I remember that being a very expensive flight. But then after that, flights tended to get cheaper and cheaper over the years, but that was the most expensive. I've been overseas a lot, but I really haven't traveled that much. So I haven't really gone on that many flights, to be honest. In and out of Korea, in and out of Taiwan, and then I flew to Africa twice, and that's about it. I haven't really gone on a lot of long international flights, just a handful of them in my lifetime. I tend to fly somewhere and then stay there for a long time.
It's interesting that return flight to Korea kind of worked still, because I was assuming you went there to teach, you would stay there quite some time. So how would the return ticket work? Or is it open?
It was open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, back in those days you could do that.
Yeah.
It was standard.
Yeah.
I had to buy the ticket at a travel agent office. You had to go into an office, and then the woman was sitting at her computer, and so different from today. And then she asked, return date, and it's open for a year.
Yeah.
And then I think I managed to extend it by another year. So I think I managed to pay a fee and then keep it open. Because back in those days too, they were more serious about return tickets at immigration, things like that. You had to have a return ticket. Yeah.
Makes sense back in those days.
Yeah, it's funny. I have such strong memories of that because tickets look so different back in those days too. They were like layers with carbon paper in between, and then the top one you peel it off, and then underneath it was carbon paper, and there's your return ticket underneath. And if it had stopovers, there's like a new layer with carbon paper, and I carried around that carbon paper thing for years. I carried it with me, but yeah.
Last time the bus simulation also the same. The flights was the same as well. So we had that carbonized paper. It's crazy.
Question 5, make it count.
Oh, question 5, you might not be happy with. Okay.
Go for it.
So you did mention in Taiwan that you had someone that worked with someone for a while.
Worked with someone?
No, you were with someone.
Oh yeah, girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how did you guys meet?
Oh, in the hostel.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah.
interesting.
I mentioned living in the hostel, and there are all these people living together, and we were quite a crew, like everybody. Our rooms were like coffins, so you wouldn't hang out in your room. You hang out in the living area, and it was like basically like an apartment with a bunch of sofas, and then back in those days there were no smartphones, no pagers, nothing like that. So there was a payphone in the living area, and there was a desk there with and a notepad, and we were all hustling. We were all trying to get jobs, teaching English, and then schools in Taipei at that time. They knew that this hostel was full of backpacker teachers, and when they needed a teacher quickly, they would call that number. They had it on their list. So we're all hanging out there, and then the phone would ring, and one of us would take a message and write down, "Oh, Doug, this school needs a teacher Monday to Friday from noon till 1. Are you available? Here's the number." And every time we come back, we look over the list, and there's all these messages, whatnot. So we had a little bit of a family going on. And
there was no competition.
Not really. We all helped
What if
each
that guy
other out.
picked it up and said, "I'm free for that job"?
Oh yeah, that could happen. They would even put up notices saying there was a job available, and they put it on the bulletin board,
Yeah.
and anybody could
just
call and get that job. And, no, we helped each other out a lot. Someone who had been there, people would live in that hostel for years at a time, literally years, and then they would be leaving the country, and they would have a set of 10 students, and they would pass them on to the next person and say, "Yeah, listen, I'm leaving Taiwan, and I've got 10 students. Here's the schedule. Anybody want to take over?" And then they introduce you to the families, to the students. So we were like a tight-knit little group. And then my girlfriend at that time, another Canadian, I met her because she was also staying in the hostel. So yeah, when you're hanging out that closely with a whole bunch of people, you just naturally get to know them pretty well. You know?
Sparks naturally fly.
And even and yeah, sparks fly. Even a cold-hearted isolationist like me can get sparks from time to time. Yeah.
Damn. Where is she now? Do you know?
Yeah. Happily married, living in Canada, lots of kids, the whole thing. Yeah.
That was my 5 questions.
Yeah.
So are you gonna implement these 5 questions to everyone you meet, or how is the idea behind it?
It's just an experiment. I could flip it on another person.
Yeah, means you ask them.
The five question challenge, right?
That makes more sense. Wow. He did a switcheroo on me.
And I wanted to test out the microphone,
Of course.
see how that worked as well. After our coffee and the inaugural 5-question challenge, Daryl dropped me off back at the MRT station. I used the power of the touch and go to go inside. And on my way back to my hotel, I didn't record any audio. There's no narration, but quite often, even when I'm not speaking on camera, I have the GoPro running like this. I just like to record things that are passing by. And I'm endlessly fascinated by the MRT and LRT system in Kuala Lumpur, particularly going up and down the escalators. I can't help but break out the camera and record some of it. Here we just arrived at the Titiwangsa station. This is a very interesting station. It's one of the very few in Kuala Lumpur where the monorail, the MRT, and the LRT all meet at the same station. So it's always a lot of fun to navigate. I'm heading up to the LRT platform here. And just as with the interior of the station, I can't help but keep filming. I always like to film up and down the tracks. And what I tend to do, it's a habit of mine, is walk all the way to the far end of the platform. So wherever the escalator carries you up, that's usually the busy end. So I go up the escalator, then I turn and walk all the way to the far end. And then there are usually fewer people out in that direction. So I'm not bothering anybody with my GoPro. Didn't seem to matter this day though, because there was hardly anybody riding on the train. And as I come into the train, I always like to go up to the map. From here, I'm heading down to Masjid Jamek Station. Just 3 or 4 stops. And there's the speaker for the announcement. It's kind of funny to hold the camera close to the speaker, as if that makes any difference. Because of course what I should be doing is holding the microphone close to the speaker. But I love riding around on the LRT, particularly these sections when you're above ground. It's always fun to look out over the city of Kuala Lumpur, the low buildings in the foreground, the highway systems, the skyscrapers going in and out of the various stations. I think I recorded the entire trip from beginning to end, but I just included a few little clips here. I like this shot because you see some fairly traditional Malaysian housing here in the foreground, and then you've got the skyscrapers of downtown in the background. It's a nice urban landscape there. And wherever you go, peeking between the buildings, there it is, there's the KL Tower just peeked into view. It comes in and out of view, and then you'll see the Petronas Towers coming in and out of view all the time as well. If you hear some background rain, by the way, that's because I'm recording this beside an open window, and it's pouring rain outside there in Malaysia right now. And of course, the Merdeka 118 building, and there's the KL Tower. As I said, they keep coming into view, these three tall towers, the Petronas Towers, KL Tower, and Merdeka 118, just pop into view all the time in between the other skies. There it is, KL Tower. And that's where I'm going, of course. My home, or Masjid Jamek station, is not too far away from KL Tower. You can see the tracks sort of curving in that direction. And we seem to be getting very close to Masjid Jamek station. I think that's it here, the end of my journey. That was another amazing day. Good food, good company, and using the touch and go. And it's a short walk from here back to my hotel. And as always, I will see you in the next video.